What's up everyone, Electronics here back with another video for DirecTV testing stuff. So I'm gonna be building a new stand for this stuff. As you could see, I brought the slimline back out here because I'm done with modifying it. I mean, not modifying it, but just fixing the settings. So I have the settings, well, except the azimuth obviously, but everything else is set to the best that I could get. And I have the world direct out here. I'm gonna have to bring it back in the basement though later on. And the dish is still out here, normal. So I'm gonna be building out a new stand again, like I said. And I have this tape measure right here, or meter, whatever. And some wood right here. You can see there's this big piece of wood right here. And this is really long. It goes all the way down there, but I don't need all of this. I just need a little bit of it. This piece right here, not the fence, but you can see this log, that thing. And I'm gonna have like 2 of them on top of each other, and that will help secure the stuff really well. And then for the actual like supporting thing, so that way it doesn't fall, because the weight is what I was saying, is that I'm gonna cut this board in half. So this would be in half, and I'll include those 2 pieces that I just showed you. I'm gonna cut out 2 of the exact same size, cut this board in half, and then put those 2 logs, or whatever they're called, I don't know, those 2 pieces of wood that I'm gonna cut, put them on top of each other, like one on top of the other, bolt them down, secure them, and then cut this board in half, and then put the wood in between this board, and then secure this board to those 2 pieces of wood, and then mount the Globecast pole or the DirecTV pole, whatever I can get, on top of that piece of wood, those 2 on top of each other. So I'm gonna be measuring out the exact same length of this board. So putting this thing all the way out to there. So it looks like that's the measurement that I got. So I basically have to cut out 2 boards the same length as this meter right here. So it gives me 30.5, I think, somewhere around there. But I'll probably actually do just 30, because then I could easily get the screws in and out of this board. Yeah, so that will just save a little bit of space. So we'll do 30. Go over here and you can see 30 right here. Originally I was just planning to cut 23 inches of this stuff, but actually, wait a second, if I do 23, then if I decide to just put cinder blocks on there, that'd be perfect. I could just use that instead. So I'll probably actually just do 23. 2 23 pieces, obviously, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. The reason why I'm doing 2 is because the mount, whatever bolts came with the mount, what originally were in the roof, are too long for this piece of wood. So here, let me show you something. Those bolts fit this piece of wood really well. So that's about how long those bolts are. They are just inches, not inches, but like centimeters away from going out of the other side. They didn't go out from the other side, but they were really close from doing that, and they didn't. So this piece of wood is perfect for this type of stuff, but as you could see, it broke, so I gotta get a new stand in again. This is some kind of like particle board type of thing, and I need to get some secure piece of wood, which is why I'm cutting out that other stud that's just lying around with no use for it. I don't know where it came out of. It's just sitting over there. So yeah. So yeah, I'll just cut 23 inches off that. So here's this place. I have to clean it up again, but if you see that bag back there, that bag has that moldy weather cap from the Globecast L&B. That's where it is. It's in that bag right there. I don't have it anywhere else because obviously it's moldy, and if it starts to rot a lot, then it's gonna get thrown out. But for now, I'm still keeping it. You can just see how cold it is. There's literal ice in here forming already. There. Look at all that ice. Should I throw this at a sap? There. I know I missed. But there's more ice in whatever this thing was. Just frozen water. Like even more ice. Here, I'll throw this. I mean, we gotta have some fun. Why not? We gotta have some fun. Oh wow, that broke really clean. That landed on the wind support from the World Direct. See this piece of wood, we can just pull this out. Except there's a whole bunch of stuff securing it. I mean, not securing it, but these plants and junk and all those trash. So let me go ahead and cut off 23 inches of that, and then we'll see. I mean, I'll show you, and then we'll cut off the other 23 inches. Hello, this is a continuation of the last DirecTV part. As you could see, we have a little bit of some weather changes. So I'm going to be finishing up on how to be making that stand thing. This dish thing was completely covered in snow. In fact, the signal decreased by 30 off this thing. Now, simple little snow. Because this whole, like, reflector was covered in that stuff. Look at all this. This is literal ice already. I don't know how the heck how this turned into ice. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cold, but that's interesting. But that's that, and then here's the switch. Seems like it's all dry underneath there. Look at all this. Look at all that. But here's the piece of wood. Here it is. As you can see, I've started to cut into it a little bit. I'm gonna clean it off a little. Still have to cut it out. The saw was too weak, so I have to get a more powerful one. But as you could see, the battery powered one did a okay job, but not completely through there. Now the reason why I'm doing 23 inches is because I want to have 2 cinder blocks on both sides and the mount in the middle. That's what I was planning before I had the cinder block technique for the dish set, but I changed my mind. And I'm still going to use 23 just in case if I decide to reuse it, but that's the reason why I'm doing 23. So like the mount will be in the middle, cinder block on that side, cinder block on that side, and the length of that totals out to about 23 inches again. So that again is why I'm doing 23 inches. And then here's the old stand. I'm gonna take this down real quick. See, this is still all covered in snow. It's still snowing, by the way, if you can't tell. And there's the reflector. I took it down from here so that way it wouldn't fall out in the wind. So yeah. Here's the ground cable. Ground cable doesn't seem to be yellowing yet. I'll just put that aside. Oh, I actually wonder what the coax, hold on. It's actually not that bad back here. I was expecting way worse. This is the coax storage and it's actually dripping over here, so. There's the Globecast and its fine beauty. Obviously fiberglass reacts different to this stuff than regular metal. But I'm gonna pull all this off. I'm gonna just drop this down on the floor and get all the snow and ice off of it, because there's multiple layers of this junk. I don't have any gloves on, so it's gonna be nice and cold. You can see my bolts are still in there. Go ahead and get that unstuck. Look at all that. I still have to cut this thing in half, I forgot. Put that back. Man, it's so cold. I should have put on gloves. Oh wow. Half of that isn't even wet. I'm gonna take those bolts out of there. Put them in there for now. Pull the rest of this stuff out. Now for this, I might just leave this over here. I'm most likely gonna have to build that stand indoors since it's so cold, but I have some nails that I'm gonna use to attach this board to the other boards. Those two that I'm planning to cut out. I'm gonna see how dry it is underneath there. It's actually, oh my bad, there. You can see it's actually pretty dry. Which is interesting. Yeah, this pole is really cold. See if all this is just gonna fly right off or not. Somehow the stuff is stuck on there. It's interesting. Yeah, this is ice. This isn't even snow. This is 6 pieces of ice. No, it's snow, but it's just thick. Also, 3.0 got dished today. Fun fact. They installed all the stuff today. See if this is just gonna tear out. Oh, it's still in there. I mean, this thing could have kept on going, but I mean, I need it to be level. I'm actually gonna turn the mount this way, so it's that way instead of the other way. Because I used horizontal on that and on the existing mounts on the house, but decided that this was going to be easier to deal with because the level of this desk, remember those level issues I was having, that would help me solve those issues. And when the mount was this way, I mean, I could still use it this way, except half the wood would stick out since I decided to put it that way. But it's fine since I'm making a new stand anyways, which is going to support the mast mount pole thing even better than that. And obviously the reflector is going to go on top of that. But for now, I'm not cutting anything out. This phone has to charge. I just came out here to get this clean. I mean, yeah, by the time I get back out here, it's probably going to be all wet again. But hide this ground cable from the snow a little bit so it doesn't corrode. It probably will already start to corrode since it was exposed to weather. But yeah, I don't know how much time it's going to take again, but yeah, cut back to the next part. Alright, I'm on the 11 Pro Max for now because the 15 is charging, but I cut out that thing finally, and you can see it's shorter. It actually all the way went over here, and there's another one of them, and there's even another one underneath that as well. See, like there's like a fence type of thing. So there's a lot of this wood stuff here for some reason. Here is the 2 cutout pieces. And these are both 23 inches. And you can see some of the sawdust back there, but I went ahead and pulled the mount off of the piece of wood here. And I was actually thinking about putting that thing on top of here, because once I cut this thing in half, you're not going back. But there's not really a point, because if I put that on top of that, then that's gonna cause an issue where the screws are just gonna eventually fly right out, just like this mount did. So there's no point, especially this stuff is way heavier, so there's no point. That's why, again, I'm splitting this junk in half and then using it on the sides with nothing on the side. The actual bricks and stuff are still going on that piece of wood, but this is just gonna sit there to like support it, basically. Like see how the bottom cinder block is supporting it, I guess. That's similar to what I'm gonna do, but not entirely similar. But yeah, so I'm done with those. I now have some nails. I'm gonna pull them out. I mean, hey, at least it's not raining. Here are the screws, or I mean nails. Yes, I'm gonna be using nails. You could see there's, I don't remember how much of them I put in here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, no, 8. Yeah, because 4, so 8 nails. 4 of these nails are gonna go into there, which will connect these two together. You can see on how the nail looks like. As you can see, it's not gonna go through a lot. So I'm mostly gonna have to either have it go through the side like that, or yeah, I'm probably gonna have it go through the side. So that way they'll have equal exposure. And then for this thing, to support on the sides, I'm gonna have 2 bolts from the side. One going in from here into those boards, and one on that side, and then the same goes for the bottom. And then for the middle part, there won't be any middle, because again, I'm cutting this thing in half. So that side will be on there, that side will be on there, and then those 2 logs on top of each other will be in the middle of this. Yes, those might be taller than this board. That's why those are going lower. Again, this is just for supporting, I guess. But again, there's the mount. I'm gonna try and finish all this junk as fast as possible today, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, so here I am. I've had a lot of trouble with the nails and getting it into a piece of wood. Here's the old stand. Say bye-bye to it. Now it's in half. And this is ridiculous, bro. The thing was mounted on cardboard. I never knew that there was cardboard inside of this stuff. You see, where is it? Where the heck is it? What? Oh, it's on the other side. Here it is. There. See that? I thought that was the same stuff that was in here. Cutting this thing in half. That's not even what was in here. There was cardboard in here. Look at all that. So, yeah, the whole thing is cardboard. I thought I was bolting screws into this. No, I was bolting it into cardboard. Unbelievable. But it's still gonna support the satellite dish. But here's what I have. It's not the best, but at least those screws are gonna go in a little bit as well, so that'll help out. I mean, they're not falling apart, but you can see I had a lot of trouble with those nails, as you can see right there. Some of them went in no problem, as you can see, like that one went in no problem. And then I put one over here, but it went on at an angle, and as you could see, it broke off. I mean, not broke off, but it went off onto an angle, and then you can't pull it out. So I just hammered it in that way to at least keep it somehow secure. But you can see that this is how the front's gonna look like. That's gonna be the front of the dish, or the stand, and that's where the mast is gonna be, and the pole. Now the thing with this mast and pole is that, oh yeah, some chunks of wood also broke off when I was hammering those nails in, so I'll throw that back there. Now the thing with this mast is that I want it to be in a certain direction, like, what's it called? Like this, or like that. Now since this is the front of the stand, it could be like this, and then that would go back. But the thing with the mast going back is that this is not going to be equal support, and it's just going to break off. Or not break off, but one side's going to be heavier and the other side's going to be lighter. That's what I hate about these mounts. That's why I need an eye mount, but I don't have an eye mount. And nor is that DirecTV pole. I'm not buying more of this nonsense. So this isn't even a DirecTV pole again. So this is most likely how I'm gonna get it. I could put it here in the very end like that, but I cannot waste this wood. I need this stuff for other dishes as well, and not just for one singular one. Like, I could mount this dish on this wood, but I decided and the reason why I did 2 logs is because those bolts are too long and they stick out from the other side a little bit. That's why there's 2 of those. Plus it adds additional weight, so that way I can put these on the sides and have it support that thing. And I still have nails, 4 of them left. 4 of them for the other side. You can see my glove in there because the other hand is being used to hold the camera. So next I have to get the drill out and drill those in here. And here's another look at these bolts. Some of these were mixed up with the World Direct. Some of them were mixed up with the Globecast. So not all of these bolts are exactly to this mast mount. But this is what they look like. I think they're called lag bolts. And this was in a roof for about 10 years into a stud in the roof through a shingle. There was a lot of that hot tar type of thing melted on the bottom of the stuff. So I had to peel all of that off to be able to get it flat onto wood, or at least that one. But now that I'm switching mounts, that's why I'm using alright, I mean, this is perfect. I think this might be the exact same way it was originally mounted in the house, but I mean, not like the same piece of wood, but looking at this is at least what the garage looks like. But you can just see it supports that roof, so looks like that's, I mean, at least the garage again it was mounted on, but I'm not sure about the actual house. I have to get in the attic, but I'm not wasting my time with that. I would go in the attic if there was additional DirecTV or Globecast stuff left in there, but I'm pretty sure there isn't, because the wires ran below the attic from the World Direct and Globecast when they were still up. So I'm assuming that there's nothing in the attic, like splitters and all that stuff. Especially the multi-switch was with the World Direct, so yeah. Yes, the World Direct did come with the multi-switch. It's a Zinwell, DirecTV approved. Remember when stuff used to be approved for DirecTV before DirecTV started making their own stuff, like with the swim and stuff. Because before they had companies make stuff for them, that's why I had to say DirecTV approved, like coax, splitters, everything, except the dish. I think Eagle or the actual DirecTV made those, but I'm talking about the 18-inch phase dishes, the very first ones. But I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go ahead and get, I think this is 7/16, yes, and then bolt that down and then nail that down to the side, put it up on the table. I'm not sure if I'm still gonna need these to support it, since I'm gonna be mounting it vertically so I can easily support the level. If so, then I'm gonna put those somewhere. There's my piece of cardboard that I used before. It's still not fully wet. And then the ground cable, which I think I'm gonna have to replace since it's been exposed to weather. As you can see, it's literally snowing right now, and it's just sitting out there. So for the last time, I'll stop talking and go ahead and drill that in. So hold on. Okay, so I'm actually having issues getting the screws into the wood. As you can see, this is a 7/16 socket. See, it's struggling for some reason. Huh. That's weird. I mean, I guess it is stronger wood, so I have to see how to get those bolts in there now, but I can already tell that this thing is going to be really secure on here. And again, that's the front. Oh, my bad. Hopefully that didn't deceive it. That's going to be the front of the pole and the thing. What's it called? What is that thing called? The mount. And this is the side, and then that's going to be the back where the actual sat is going to be. So the sat's going to be in the back. So over here it's going to be sitting in the very back, and then all this empty space not in the middle, which is going to make reaching the skew and all that stuff really hard. But I don't know. I mean, at least it's going to actually secure the thing properly and not in some kind of trash way. But yeah, let me figure out how to get those in there. And then there's 3 of them on each side. And then I think that's for grounding, but I don't know. Wait, no, grounding's on this side. I don't know what that thing sticking out. I can zoom in real quick. That thing right there. You see that thing in the very middle? Right there, I don't know what that's for. I know they ground it to the side of the thing sometimes. So, yeah. Okay, hold on. I want to film myself doing this. You know what, just put the phone on the wet table. So I have a drill with a small bit. And the reason for that small bit is to, what's it called, drive into the piece of wood a little bit and give it like a pilot hole type of thing. Now let me try to go back. Try to go back in now. Nope. Same problem. See how it locks in there. I need a bigger bit for the drill because I think I need a pilot hole, but I don't know how this stuff works. Because I don't think that this is actually normal wood from like a regular stud type of thing. But let me just go ahead and get a bigger bit. Alright, hold on. Alright, I am back. I got a slightly bigger bit in there. Go ahead and I don't know how far down this stuff should go because I don't want to go completely far to where you can't even bolt the thing in after. So let me try this now. I don't know what the heck this is. Let me try putting it on the drill maybe. Let me try putting it on the drill. Go ahead and tighten that up. See if maybe the drill will do a better job. Nope, same thing. See. something gets stuck in there. I don't know what that is. Alright. Figure it out a little later. Man, this phone's soaking wet now, but yeah. I mean, hey, it's the old one, so I mean, it's not that bad. And once again, we're back out here. So the problem was with the drill, the settings were incorrect, which is why I was struggling a little bit. And I used the drill. As you can see, the drill, I mean, all the bolts are in there. Look how tight this is. And this is actually kind of heavy, so this thing can support itself if it needs to. Here's the globe cast pole. I tried to use the bolts from the other thing. What is his name? The bolts I got from that DirecTV pole, the official one. But I don't think they're compatible with each other, so I guess this isn't the right size after all, but like a centimeter difference. So I don't know. But anyways, this is how it's gonna look like. Again, that's gonna be the front, and that's gonna be like that. I'm not gonna set the level just yet, because obviously it's not gonna be over here, and it's gonna be over here, so that way you can see over the garage to where the 101 or 102 location is. And then here's the slim line. I took the L and B off for obvious reasons, and that reason is because it's snowing and the coax is naked. So yeah, the dish is plugged in. It's working. It's still receiving TV, no problem. Except in the morning it dropped down at 30 because there's a whole patch of snow on top of it. Might insert an image of it right here if I remember. Wait, no, I will remember because I just mentioned it. So make sure to not accidentally delete it. I'm still on the 11 Pro Max. I'm going to put that nut on there. Oh, I have to tighten it up that way, I forgot. Oh, man. But there's that piece of wood, and then there's the other pieces. I still don't know how to set them up. I would test this real quick, but as you can see, I need to tighten those up, so I have to go back inside and get some wrenches. And I got all the snow off these chairs, so that way so that the snow doesn't fall through it. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me go wrench tight that, but I'm gonna keep it on the floor. I'm not gonna put it up here just yet. I might do that tomorrow. And then for those to nail those in, because I've had enough of sitting out here. But as there is the grounding system, you can see that they are still in there. And the dish pole is grounded right there on the L&B support arm to the back assembly, which is where all the stuff connects to. And yeah, but again, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go get the stupid wrench. Alright, there it is. Pick up the world direction. Let's go and see. I mean, not world direction, slimline. Let's go and see if it works. This is not permanent. The bolts are not tightened either. Holy cow, I think it might just support it on its own. Yeah. Check this out. Oh, never mind. A little bit of play. But wow, it supports it on its own. On its own weight, but it's not even all the way down. It's seeing the pole, but it's falling over. Cool. Yeah. There goes the pole. Again, that's because I don't have the bolts tightened up completely. But it works. It works really well. Probably still gonna... Well, I don't actually know how to add these now. Because if there's cardboard, what am I gonna be hitting those nails into? What am I gonna put the nails into if there's cardboard there? See, that's the thing. What am I gonna put in there? So maybe I'll cut more of those out actually, and maybe just put it up on the side. Not like a large piece, but like a small piece that's not completely the size of that thing. Or maybe just another 2 more 23-inch boards, and then just put those on the side and nail those into the bottom one. But otherwise, this is working really well. Glad how this turned out. Except I want to try something else. What if I put it over here? Is it gonna fall if I put the LNB arm this way? I mean, it doesn't fall on its own, but see, if I just use a little bit of force, you can see it's gonna go. So yeah, it cannot support it entirely on its own, but it's definitely capable of doing that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm calling this one a success, and goodbye.